Welcome. Thanks for joining us for Restorative Yoga, a practice you can do any time of day to help you unwind, release stress and tension, and calm the mind. And today we will start in a seated position for just a few moments, just to loosen up right from the head. We'll work on the whole body. We'll start with some neck rolls. So if you'd like to slowly move your head, you can move it around in a half circle. If it feels good to rotate the head more fully, you can try moving fully through the neck, making sure it feels good no matter what you're doing here. And we'll switch our positioning, rotating in the opposite direction. And one more breath like that. This time, lifting your head up so that your ear is in line over your shoulder. Pausing for a side neck release. Focusing more on your body, sensations, and breath. And we'll release that chin down towards the chest, rolling the head over to the other side, lengthening and opening the side of the neck. Pausing here for a couple breaths. Releasing head down. On the next breath in, slowly lift your chin up and exhale it down. Inhaling on the way up. And just making sure you feel comfortable. To help keep the neck nice and open and lengthened, you can also open the chest, shoulders roll back. And then drop the chin down. Inhaling as you lift your chin up. Exhaling as you drop your chin down. One more breath like that. And coming back to center. Inhale as you slowly lift your arms. Exhaling and releasing your arms back down. One more breath like that. Inhale, lift. Exhale, release. Moving on your own time with your own rhythm of your breath. This time lifting one arm straight up. And on the exhalation, come over. We're going to pause here for 2 breaths. Inhaling, coming back to center. Exhale, releasing down. Moving the other arm up on your inhale. And coming over on your exhale. Pausing here for 2 more breaths. And releasing. One more thing in the seated position. We're going to bring the right arm across to the left leg and come into a nice gentle twist, sitting up nice and tall. If it feels good, you can turn your head slightly to look back. A wonderful way to release and wring out the tension in your whole back. We'll slowly release, come back to center. And on your next breath out, we can twist to the other side. Pausing here. Noticing where you feel this one the most. Maintaining a slow, steady pace to your breath. Inhaling and exhaling. Next time you exhale, release, come back to center. Feeling into your back. And then moving your legs. And we'll begin with a little bit of flowing movement, loosening up the hips and the legs. You can start rocking your legs from side to side, your arms behind you. Feel that movement right at your hips. And then coming back to center. And we'll sit here with the legs stretched out just for a moment. If you need to add a little lift, a cushion, or a block, feel free to add a little something underneath your hips to align your pelvis so that you can sit up nice and straight and tall. We'll roll out through the feet and the ankles. Opposite direction. And then flexing your feet, bringing your toes in towards your body, and then pointing your toes. Good. We'll do that one more time each way. And then again, releasing that and just rocking your legs a bit from side to side. Really getting the hips loosened up with this movement. They can go in opposite directions. And then a little bit of shiatsu massage to help also stimulate. Often at the end of the day, or anytime you've been sitting or standing, your legs can get quite achy, and tired, and energy and blood flow a little stagnant and sluggish. So I'm just patting along with loose fists, patting with that very gently with the hands, and then come on the inside of your legs. And we'll do that again. Back and forth here. Down the outside of the legs and up the inside, and then down the top of the leg. And again, up the inside. And then we'll finally come down the backs of the legs and up the inside. And then just release, shake your legs out. Breathing in, sitting up nice and tall, and breathing out, we might decide to bend the knees for this. We might take something underneath the legs and we'll bend over into a forward bend. Okay, so feel free to bend your knees as much as you'd like here. You can also support your head. If you have something to support your head with, it's a wonderful way to release and let go. And forward bends, any forward bend is naturally calming. Balancing the nervous system and calming the mind. Stay here for a few more breaths. Notice if your breath is flowing more into the back of your body and releasing it all out. Supporting the head helps to relax the head and the neck and shoulders. And then you can slowly begin to come out of your forward bend and place your support to the side. For the next few things, you might want to have a belt near you. And we're going to slowly come down onto the back. If you'd like, I'm going to keep my feet, the soles of my feet together with my knees wide apart in the butterfly position. Slowly coming down. So I'll start on the lower back and inch your way down, moving up your back slowly, letting your back sink. And once you get to around the shoulders, you can support the back of your head, having it slightly lifted off the floor, arms opening out to the sides. Notice how that feels. Pausing here and then just letting your head come down, keeping your hands behind your head for a moment, elbows as close to the ground as you can get. And then with your hands still together, release them from the back of your head, reach through your arms. You can keep your hands together, this time palms turning out and reaching up above your head here. On your next breath out, slowly release the arms all the way back down towards your sides. Release the hands apart, and a few times flowing up and down with your arms. So exhaling, releasing your arms back down to your sides. Inhaling, lifting the hands up and above the head. Continue this for 2 more breaths. Just a really nice movement to help open the shoulders, the back, upper back. Mindfully moving to help reset and restore a more relaxed pace to your whole self. We'll bring the hands this time underneath the legs and push the legs back together, bringing the feet closer in towards your hips, knees bent. And we're going to do a few movements right through the lower back and pelvis. So a very simple movement, but really nice to loosen up the lower back when it's feeling a little stiff and achy. On your exhalation, you can press down slightly with your feet. And as you exhale, pull your belly in towards your spine. And on your inhale, allow your belly to soften and slightly shift the weight further down your pelvis towards your tailbone so that your lower back lifts a little bit off the floor without lifting the hips. So just a bit of pelvic rocking here back and forth with your breath, inhaling down into your belly, belly rising up, and exhaling, big release with your breath and pull that belly in and down towards your spine. Lower back now in contact with the mat. Continue to flow back and forth a few more times. And on your exhalation, you can also press your feet down into your mat. Tuck your chin in slightly. Inhale, softening and releasing your belly. 2 more breaths like this. Feel the weight distribute from the lower part of your pelvis to when you're exhaling, coming higher up and towards your low back. This time, we're going to rise right up into the bridge pose. So plant your feet down, allow your hips to lift right off, roll up your back. Feet can adjust so that they're supporting you more fully in perhaps towards you, hip distance apart, coming onto the shoulders. And if you'd like, and you have some support near you, I think it's a wonderful position. It's a really nice, gentle inversion to come into the supported bridge. So you would slide a block or two underneath your hips. And yeah, it's restorative. You just let yourself be here. There's no effort required, but allowing for a nice inversion. And again, at this time, you'll have more room to lengthen through your neck. And of course, I should mention, if you don't have support nearby, you could be holding bridge, but you can also come down with your exhalation and back up with your inhale, and just keep it flowing for a few breaths. So we'll stay here for about 3 to 5 more breaths. Just allowing your body to settle, to relax. Stay connected to your breath, flowing in slowly and flowing out slowly. One more. To come out of this one, you can plant your feet down into your mat, which will lift your hips. If you do have support, you can slide one block out at a time. I like to slide just one block out, come down onto it, the remaining block. And then after a few breaths, coming back up to release that final block and resting on your back. From here, let's slowly bring the knees in towards the chest. So you can wrap your arms around your legs. Do a bit of rocking here on your back, moving from side to side. Then on your exhalation, squeezing your legs in a little bit more. And on your inhale, you can let your legs move slightly out. And if you'd like to move with your breath again, exhale, knees in. And inhale, legs out. One more breath like that. And then we're going to drop the feet down, one or both at the same time. This time reaching your arms straight out away from your body in line with your shoulders, and starting to rock your legs from side to side. You can start with your legs, feet closer together, feeling that movement. And feel free to pause from one side to the other. So you can pause for a breath or two as you drop your legs to one side. And coming back to center, pausing to the other side for a few breaths. You can turn your head in the opposite direction. And then we'll come back to center. And this time have your feet wider apart. They could be even as wide as your mat. And we're gonna, again, drop the legs from side to side. And you'll probably feel a difference in your legs and hips in this position. This time, as you drop your legs to one side, pause there for a few breaths, turn your head to the other side. Keep that shoulder down. And then on your next breath in, come back to center and slowly bring your legs to the other side, turning your head, breathing here. And on your next breath in, come back to center, realigning your legs and your hips and back. Then if you have access to a belt at this time, we are gonna do a bit of a leg stretch here. So if you don't have a belt, it's okay. You can just use your hands behind your leg, but we're gonna loop the belt around the right foot, holding on to it there for a few breaths. And you can let your arms rest, sliding your hands further down the belt. And slightly bend that knee in towards the chest, towards that shoulder, and then exhale, straighten the leg back up. You can do that a couple times. And when you're straightening through your leg, pull up through the heel, pull on the ends of the belt, pull them down towards the mat to just feel a little bit more of a stretch in the lower leg, in the calf and ankle. We'll pause here for about 3 to 5 more breaths. Making sure to breathe fully, lengthening out the exhalation. Sometimes breathing out through your mouth just to make sure you're completely releasing the breath. And that will help your body release and let go even deeper. So the breath is a very integral, very important part of our practice. It helps our body to move and shift, opening and releasing. Let's take both ends of the belt in the right hand for a moment. And just for a few breaths here, we're going to open that leg out to the side. If you'd like, anchor your other side by dropping your knee out with your knee bent and staying centered on your lower back. So not letting your hips shift too much to one side, but staying centered here. Pushing out through your heel. Staying for 2 more breaths. And then on your next breath in, come back to center. We're going to stretch out through the left leg, slide it out along your mat, switch hands on the belt. We're still on that right leg with the belt. Reach your right arm out to the side and slowly shift that leg over to the left. Pausing here for a few breaths. And there could be a lot of tightness along the outside of this leg. So just give your body time. So let go before you shift deeper. Again, lengthen out through the exhalation. And on your next breath in, slowly come back to center. Centering your legs straight up in the air again, this time with the other leg extended. And then bending that knee in towards your chest, pausing there for a moment. Squeezing it in, keeping the other leg gently extending out, toes pointing up. Good. We'll slowly release the right leg. And shake out a little through both legs before we switch. You might be able to feel a difference from side to side, from the right leg to the left leg. We didn't even hold it that long tonight. Usually we we're there a little bit longer with the leg stretches, but just giving your legs a little stretch tonight is really helpful right before bed if you're doing this practice before bed. Or again, anytime you need to loosen up and find yourself. Yeah, if you find your legs stiff and achy, these are excellent things to do. So I'll start with the belt on the left foot. Start with a bit of movement. Inhale, bend the knee in towards the chest, and exhale, straighten. We'll do that a couple more times. With that other side, you can bend the knee if you want to start like that in that position, bending the right knee, foot on the floor. And coming into your place where you're aligning your legs, straightening it, stretching up, pulling up with the heel and down on the ends of the belt. Come back to your breathing. Inhale, slowing it down, and exhale, releasing it completely. Another benefit of doing these poses at the end of the day or whenever you need to is you're helping to stimulate and enhance the circulation of your feet and legs. So really good to improve overall quality of blood flow in the body. We're going to take both ends of the belt in the left hand, open that leg out to the side. Again, centering yourself here on your low back so you can let your right knee drop out to the side. Gently extend out through your left heel. Opening up right from the center of your hip, right out to the bottom of your foot. 2 more breaths. And the next time you inhale, come back to center. We're going to straighten out through the right leg, switch hands on the belt, open it outwards with your left arm, and come over just slightly. You usually don't have to shift too far with this leg over to the right side to feel that stretch here. We'll pause. And if you notice a shift, if you notice a release, feel free to go a little bit further with your leg. Breath by breath, allowing your body to move deeper into your pose. Just naturally, your body will open and release. Staying for 1 more breath. And on your next inhale, come back to center. Good. If you'd like to try it at this time, bringing both legs up and still using the belt. So having the belt wrapped around both feet, holding on to it there, seeing if that feels okay for your lower back. And bending your knees back in towards your chest. You can release the belt from your feet. Tuck your knees right in. And this is a wonderful pose to loosen up the hips, the lower back. and also stimulating your digestion. When you're ready, you can slowly release out with your legs again. And we are moving into our final position, our Shavasana. If you'd like to use support, I'm going to place a bolster, a roll underneath the legs, underneath the knees. And I like to just bring my feet together in the butterfly position, knees wide apart. And in this pose, it's very comfortable. The low back is releasing down, the head releasing. You can gently rock your head from side to side a few times. And bring your arms out to the sides, away from your body, slightly palms facing up. You can also cover up at this time with a blanket, or perhaps you have something to place over your eyes too. Moving your attention, your awareness through your entire body. Will start with the head, the face, the jaw releasing. Let the head settle and sink down, softening, releasing the neck. So as you let the weight of your head settle, feel that support underneath your body, helping to release your neck. You can always slide a little pillow or roll underneath if you need to. Then begin to feel down into your torso, starting with the upper body, the shoulders, the chest. Releasing the right arm and hand, and the left arm and hand too. Coming back to your shoulders and chest, your torso, feeling your breath move through like a wave. And as you inhale, a fresh wave flows into your whole body, bringing in nourishment. And exhaling, feeling that wave release. Exhaling out, releasing any tension or stress. Feeling that wave through the front of your body, through the sides, through the back. And feeling the inside of your torso, right through the center, heart, solar plexus, and belly. The front of your pelvis, the back, the right hip, the right upper leg, knee, lower leg, ankle, and foot. Your whole right leg, back up to the hip, across to the left side, all sides of your body here, front, side, and back, through your hip, down your leg, to your knee, on the left side, the lower leg, the ankle, and the foot. And both feet, both legs resting, comfortably heavy, settling, sinking down. Arms and shoulders comfortably heavy. Your head releasing down, the back of your head settles. For the next few moments, your breath is flowing through naturally, without control. See if you can surrender and become more effortless. Nothing else to do at this time. There's nothing else to do, nowhere else to go, and nothing more to be. You can repeat an affirmation if you'd like to yourself silently a few times. Could be, I am more than enough. Or I release control. And surrender. To the flow of love that will heal me. A beautiful, beautiful song. If you look it up, it's called I Release Control. I release control. And then you can start to deepen your breath again. Rocking your head slowly. Wiggling your toes and your fingers. I'll invite you to move, to stretch however you'd like to now, to slowly come out of your Shavasana, slowly and gently. Taking a moment to honor your entire body. And being grateful for your body and how it's working, healing every single day. Renewing and naturally restoring. And then you can roll over to your side. So through our restorative practice, we're helping to support our body's natural functions to heal, to come into balance. So as you slowly rise up, taking a moment again to feel and to center yourself within. within yourself, following your breath. You can bring your hands together. Namaste. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, a great sleep tonight, and we will see you again soon.